First forecast brought to you by Stored at Home, rent-to-own portable buildings in Gina. It's all about the warm weather, and hot temperatures are going to continue to build over the next couple of days. We have humidity out there, and it's not going anywhere. We got a big high-pressure ridge building into the middle part of the country, and unfortunately, that is going to be affecting us as we go through the next several days, really the next 6 or 7 days. So much so that we're going to be very close to a record set back in 2011 as we go into Saturday and Sunday, and the record is 100. So we're going to be very near that century mark as we go into the weekend and beyond. You add in the humidity, like 72 with our dew points tonight. That's all we're headed down to, and it's going to feel much, much worse out there. Of course, there are a few chances at some rain that may cool us off briefly. I'll have the details about that and the heat coming up in just a few minutes. Your ABC 31 News starts now.
Welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The Grand Parish Sheriff's Office, along with other agencies, are still on the hunt for the last suspect connected to a robbery in Monroe. ABC 31's Shar Thomas has the latest in tonight's big story.
What was supposed to be a quick and easy robbery in Monroe, Louisiana, led to a central Louisiana parish chase. Early Tuesday morning, Rapides Sheriff's Office assisted in a pursuit initiated by the Georgetown Police Department of a silver Mercedes-Benz. We were first told the 3 African-American male suspects were headed southbound on US 165 at a reckless rate when Georgetown officers attempted to stop them. While the 3 suspects were caught, there is another suspect on the run. Deputies with Grant Parish and agents from the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries are assisting along with the Wynn Parish Correctional Chase Team.
We're just searching the woods and responding to any calls and tips that we get right now. He's considered to be armed. We believe that he is armed. He was yesterday afternoon when a resident saw him about 8 or 9 miles south of here. And he's not to be pleased on approaching. If you see a suspicious black male with camouflage shorts, please call 911 and let us go check out the report. But I'd like to tell the people to please lock your doors, take the keys out of your vehicles, take the keys out of your four-wheelers or any ATVs that you may have outside. If you've got the ability to lock up your shops or your barns, please do so.
Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
We will keep you informed with any updates, and anyone with information about that suspect or the crime is asked to get in touch with local police. A pedestrian was killed in a Vernon Parish crash yesterday afternoon. Troopers say 31-year-old Cheryl Lewis Jr. had pulled over to the side of Highway 171 to remove some debris from the road. He was then hit by an oncoming pickup truck. Lewis was from Leesville. A long-awaited announcement was made today regarding the selection process for a new chief of police in Alexandria. ABC 31 Joanna Phillips has that story.
Last July, the city of Alexandria selected Lieutenant Neil Bates as interim police chief for the Alexandria Police Department after former Chief Lauren Lampert took a new position outside of the parish. Although Bates has been serving as interim chief since last year, he wasn't seeking taking the position permanently.
Neil has served as interim chief and then as commissioner, with distinction, with poise, with acumen, and with, most importantly, character. A supremely honest and good man.
A long, competitive, and rigorous selection process for a new police chief has been taking place over the last year. But today, Mayor Jock Roy announced that a new chief has been selected.
I am going to name today Jared King, Chief of Police. To the people of Alexandria, I'll say this to you. Our department is a very good department. Can we improve? Yes, we can improve. We can always improve. But the men and women are dedicated to providing the best for our city. And with the mayor and the council and the administration from the city, we can do that. We're going to make some changes, and we are going to make some changes, and they are going to be for the better. And I can rest assured that we will give everything we have to the citizens, to this department, to this city, to this region, to make this one of the best places to live, to raise a family, to work, and to enjoy.
King has been with the Alexandria Police Department for over 20 years and is an adjunct professor of criminal justice at LSU of Alexandria. And now he adds a new role to his existing ones as Chief of Police. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Over Memorial Day weekend, when the number of fatal crashes normally rises, Troop E of the Louisiana State Police did not work a single deadly crash.
We're very fortunate that we didn't have any fatalities in the Troop E area. Other parts of the state weren't quite as fortunate. For example, in the Troop L area, which is Hammond, Covington area, they had a 10-car crash on I-12 where 4 people were killed. So usually with holidays, we see an increase in traffic volume, and usually when that happens, we see an increase in the number of crashes that we worked. But as far as fatalities, we were very fortunate in the Troop E area. We'd like to contribute that to our enforcement efforts and also to education efforts, not just from us, but the community educating each other, and especially our young people being educated through driver's ed and in schools, and just parents sitting down and talking with their kids.
Since January, Troop E has investigated 16 crashes that resulted in 16 deaths. A hearing is scheduled for Friday morning in state court in Alexandria to challenge a drainage district tax election that was held in April. Some voters in that election did not have the tax proposition on their ballots. The Registrar of Voters says this has never happened before, and they still don't know how or why it happens. Affected voters live in the Landmark and Good Earth areas of Alexandria. Several educators from our area are now finalists in the annual competition for Teacher and Principal of the Year. Those teachers include Susan Mingy of Vidalia Lower Elementary in Concordia Parish and Kristen Bruce at Pickering High in Vernon. Principals are Amanda Morrison at Grant High and Ramika Robinson at Krotz Springs Elementary in St. Landry Parish.
It's a very rewarding profession. We get to meet students and parents every day and change lives every day, and so it's very rewarding, and we look forward to working with students every single day.
Those state winners will be named at a July 27th ceremony in Baton Rouge. Well, if you want to golf and support a good cause at the same time, here's your chance. The annual LSUA Scramble for Scholarships.
This is a yearly event that the Alumni and Friends Association puts on, and all the proceeds, of course, do go to scholarships at LSUA to help current students and students who may be thinking about going to LSUA, kind of helping them to bridge that financial aid gap in there if they need that additional assistance. It is at Oak Wing Golf Club this year. This will be the second year in a row that it's been out there. Again, Friday, June the 8th. We do have a lunch scheduled that begins at noon, then the shotgun start begins at 1 p.m. and goes roughly until about 6, until everybody is done. The cost is $400, but you know, it's a scramble, so there are 4 people on a team, so it comes out to $100 per person. And that gets you the lunch, it gets you your range balls, it gets you a cart.
For more information or to sign up, you can contact Cherie Thaxton by email at sthaxton@lsua.edu.
Fort Polk invites you to an evening of honor, gratitude, and rock and roll with the Lieutenant Dan Band. Let's have some fun and get ready to rock the house on June 9th. Enjoy an afternoon of golf for a good cause at Oak Wing Golf Club. Register your team and support the LSUA Alumni and Friends Association Scramble for Scholarships. Let's celebrate all things insects at the 11th Annual Kent House Bug Day on June 2nd. Enjoy learning, getting crafty, and of course, meet Smokey Bear. Join us at Oak Wing Golf Club for the Gary Grand Memorial Golf Tournament on June 1st. Proceeds help support our youth through educational and recreational opportunities. For more community events, visit us on Facebook or at KLAXTV.com.
Oh boy, the hourly planner doesn't get much worse than this. When it starts feeling like 105 and plus, yeah, that's when it just goes downhill for me. I won't be outside from about 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock, other than to go to my car and get to work. That's about it. About 105 is what it will feel like through the 3 o'clock hour. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds to start things off, and then they'll kind of mix out as we go into the afternoon, so we see those dew points dropping just a touch, but ranging from 75 down to 71. And anytime the dew point is over 70, it's just humid outside. There's no other way to describe it because it just doesn't feel good anytime it's after we get above 70 for those dew points. And the surface map tomorrow showing much more of the same story. Very hot across the south central and humid conditions. Tropical moisture staying off to our east, helping them stay just a touch cooler with showers and thunderstorms around. But here locally, not much of a chance of really any kind of cloud cover tomorrow other than in the morning. And then as we go into the afternoon, plenty of sunshine and very warm. Going to top out somewhere around 94, 95. Now, if you're hoping for a break by the weekend, we do get a slight reprieve, but it's still going to be very, very warm across the south central U.S. We have a little weak disturbance that will try to move across the area that may help spark a few showers and thunderstorms, but the moisture, relatively speaking, staying off to our east. There's a big trough that will be digging into the east and eventually into the northeast, helping to push a wedge down into the southeast, but here we're really going to be out of luck as far as cooling off. We're going to need that shower and thunderstorm activity around, which we do get a chance at as we go forward. But looking over the next several days, we go 95, 95, 99, and 98 for the weekend. Yeah, it's going to be feeling like 108 to 110 out there. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and taking breaks if you're spending any extra amount of time outside, because it is going to be very, very warm. 72 out there for tonight, 95 to 96 tomorrow, mostly sunny, just a scorcher out there. That continues over the next several days. A lot of red numbers on the map here. 95 to 98 by the weekend. We do have a better chance at least a shower or storm by the time we go Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, but it's still isolated and temperatures are still going to be very, very hot. That's a look here. Weather forecast. Scott?
All right. Thank you, I think, Ross. There are thousands of deaths from drunk driving every year, but does where you live increase your risk? Here's Stephanie Ramos.
Drinking and driving is a lethal combination everywhere, but the laws about drunk driving vary from state to state. Some seem to focus more on reducing excessive drinking, some on preventing drunk driving. In a recent study from the Journal of the American Medical Association, state policies on alcohol from 1999 to 2014 were compared to drunk driving deaths from 2000 to 2015. Experts ranked alcohol policies from strictest to less strict, calling it the Alcohol Policy Scale Score, or APS. Of the 500,000 adult car crash deaths during that time span, about 35% were due to alcohol. Turns out, the more restrictive the state policy on alcohol, the fewer car accident deaths due to alcohol. In fact, a 10% increase in the APS score was associated with a 10% reduction in alcohol-related fatalities. This data did not take into account city or federal level laws, but it seems that the tougher the laws, the safer you are on the road.
Oh my God.
You'll be the safest if everyone remembers not to drink and drive.
Coming up, the NSU baseball team talks about qualifying for a regional playoff for the first time in over a decade.
When temperatures rise, some don't always have the luxury of turning on a thermostat. That's why KLAX TV and area businesses have teamed up to form the Spring Fan Drive for the elderly. You can help by dropping off a fan at a location near you. Fans will be collected and distributed by each parish's Council on Aging provider. Remember, keeping cool isn't something that comes easy for everyone. Help us to bring some relief from the summer heat to those less fortunate.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Frank. After 13 years, the NSU baseball team is finally going back to an NCAA regional. The Demons will face off against Oregon State on Friday in their first regional since 2005, and the guys couldn't be more ready to hit the field.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple of days we were kind of still thinking about the tournament and
kind of celebrating that, and now we're focused on going there after today's practice. We're all ready to go down there and make some noise.
I mean, it's hard to put it in words. My whole entire baseball career, I've never been a part of something this great before, so I mean, it's hard to describe it, but it's an amazing feeling.
The NSU track and field team is looking to make a bit of history. For the first time in 36 years, the Demons will be sending a shot putter to the NCAA championships. Senior Cedric Paul, along with sprinter Micah Larkins, will both be heading to Eugene after spirited yearly performances.
Last year, dealing with nagging injuries, I didn't make it out of regionals, and it was kind of disappointment to me, and I feel like it was also a disappointment to my coach because it was a couple of guys that I had beat that were going to nationals. So, you know, I just used that as motivation to get to where I'm at now.
I was just thinking about it being my last meet maybe, and I got emotional, and somehow I just got strong. And everything started connecting, started thinking about stuff coach was telling me, and I was relaxed.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
When it comes to cleaning up the streets of Boston,
this is who I am. This is what I do. Now get me in there. He did it. And I know where the proof is.
it's ladies first. Rizzoli and Isles.
Weekends at 11 on KLAX TV.
To catch a killer, you gather the evidence.
There's blood on the screen.
And build a picture-perfect case.
One of you stabbed her 12 times.
Hold on, right there, FBI.
Bones Weekends.
Weekends on KLAX TV.